Following a post-mortem, East Algoma OPP have identified human remains found in Elliott late in August. Officials say the remains are those of James Lee Jimmy Money, who was reported missing in May. An individual has been arrested. Ontario's Attorney General defended controversial cuts to legal aid yesterday after some of the province's top judges said the move, which the government said was aimed at saving taxpayers' money, would end up costing more down the road. Doug Downey said he was consulting with Legal Aid Ontario and its stakeholders in an effort to modernize the system, but added that the legal community must be aware of who pays the bills for the agency. Downey's comments came one day after some judges publicly criticized the cuts to legal aid services, saying they will not produce the desired cost savings sought by Premier Doug Ford's government. Chief Justice of Ontario George Strathy said at the annual opening of the court's ceremony that cuts to Legal Aid Ontario will force many people to self-represent. Ontario is reducing funding to Legal Aid Ontario by 30%, meaning the publicly funded agency will receive $133 million less this fiscal year. With that new campaign bus smells still fresh, federal party leaders are heading out for day 2 of the 43rd general election. Yesterday, all parties framed the campaign as one that will feature both direct promises to help Canadians, but also be about bigger picture issues. While he picked Choose Forward as his campaign slogan, Trudeau began forced to look back on a past controversy, the SNC-Lavalin affair. It was given fresh life by a Globe and Mail report that the RCMP's inquiries into potential obstruction of justice have been limited by the shroud of cabinet confidences. Conservative leader Andrew Scheer is campaigning under the banner of it being time for you to get ahead, but despite the scandals plaguing the Liberals, his party can't seem to get ahead of them in the polls just yet. Scheer will seek to move the dial later today. He is to appear at the first of several planned leaders' debates, this one hosted by Maclean's and City TV in Toronto. Trudeau has declined to appear, leaving Scheer to face off against Green leader Elizabeth May and the NDP's Jagmeet Singh. Ontario is making major investments to expand home and community care to help end hallway health care and build more capacity in communities across the province. Yesterday, Deputy Premier and Minister of Health Christine Elliott announced that the government is investing an additional $155 million this year to expand home and community care services. As a part of this investment, the government is providing $45 million for targeted, innovative, integrated care models in high-need areas. Authorities say divers have found the body of the last missing victim from a fatal boat fire off the Southern California coast. The victim is one of 34 who died at sea last week aboard the vessel Conception near Santa Cruz Island. 5 of the Conception's 6 crew members survived. Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Lieutenant Eric Rainey says salvage efforts to recover the Conception also resumed yesterday. A criminal investigation is being handled by the Coast Guard, the FBI, and U.S. Attorney's Office in L.A. Authorities have said the victims, 21 women and 13 men from 16 to 62 years of age, appear to have died from smoke inhalation. The Coast Guard announced yesterday it has issued new safety recommendations in the wake of that boat fire. The agency recommended limiting the unsupervised charging of lithium-ion batteries and the use of power strips and extension cords. The bulletin also suggests that owners and operators of vessels review emergency duties with the crew, identify emergency escapes, check all firefighting and life-saving equipment on board, and look at the condition of passenger accommodation spaces for unsafe practices or other hazardous arrangements. The cause of the September 2nd fire has yet to be determined.